Hello everyone, I'm Renown Zero and I am back from my vacation going to New York Comic Con. It was an amazing time, but now we gotta be back here talking about these Rippaverse detractors. We're gonna be specifically talking about Riley, Buster Baxter, of course, and a few others that want to be out here talking a bunch of noise and doing a bunch of nonsense that they shouldn't be doing. Also, we're gonna catch people up on the lawsuit that has gone through from the International School of Ministry that is not very intelligent when it comes to honestly knowing the difference between their organization that uses an acronym versus a name of a character that was explicitly put out there to say that it was the name of a relative of Eric July. He's put out a video talking about that, and people decided that it was okay to do certain things, and we'll go through it all. As always, get your Rippaverse merch, get your ISOM comics, the things that say ISOM like this, or ISOM like this, or ISOM like this. ISOM posters, $10. ISOM hats that are $30. I'm sure you can tell the difference between this and what this is. So this is the website for the International School of Ministry that likes to believe that people will get confused as to the differences between their merch and the Rippaverse merch, because definitely people could definitely not tell the difference between this hat that has this ISOM on it, right? And this hat that says ISOM on it. I definitely will get confused looking at these two. Oh no. That's actually for room temperature IQ brainlets that can't tell the difference, or just the people that absolutely hate Eric July and what he's doing, being an independent comic business. Just so we got that out of the way, we're going to move over to Baron Gilfillan, who is the CEO of the ISOM International School of Ministry, who believes that going forward with a lawsuit is somehow going to get him somewhere, and the fact that he wants to get some money that was made from the sales of the Rippaverse merch, which is something that Eric July pointed out on Twitter. But I think the funniest thing is that he swears up and down that people get confused between the two, right? Both organizations spell ISOM the exact same way. Well, no crap. So does every other organization. We'll get into that in a second. As a result, internet searches with the word ISOM bring up both organizations and products side by side. Under images and on YouTube, this confusion is amplified. Again, nobody is confused unless you are a room temperature IQ brainlet between this and this. And I already went over it through this letter that they received talking about it and going through all their merchandise and basically laughing at these jokes of these jokesters we like to call the CEO and anyone else involved in that ministry who thinks that anyone got confused between these two. I actually have a live stream on my channel that talks through all of that stuff. Social media hashtags including ISOM are similarly confusing, especially ISOM. Both organizations pronounce the ISOM name in the exact same way. Wow, mind-blowing how stupid this is. This to me was the most dumbest thing I read. No crap. They're pronounced the same way. Both organizations are engaged in the online sales of publishing content. So is every other place that publishes content. Both organizations have products that have a Christian theme or mark, i.e. Mr. July included a cross on the character's belt. You don't own the cross, just like you don't own the name ISOM. You cannot trademark a name and you're using an acronym. It's like saying Peter Parker is a character and I make a character called Peter. They can't copyright or trademark the name Peter. Both organizations have overlapping conservative Christian audiences. No, they don't. The ISOM book is obviously for early teen to young adult, is the target audience, but anyone can enjoy the book of ISOM. And for you to assume that everyone who's an audience member of ISOM is conservative and Christian is just absolutely ridiculous. Both organizations are involved in charity work. So are you going to go after every single person on the planet that is involved with charity work, or every organization that's involved in charity work? Are we really going to do this? Both organizations have merch products that look very similar. Really. That logo looks nothing like this logo. This logo actually looks like garbage. It looks like it's only ISM because you can barely see the O because it's barely there. You should probably change this merch, and whoever made this merch design for you should be fired. I'm sorry. This merch design is absolutely dog shit. At least on this one, I can actually read the name ISOM clearly. So I don't know how the heck anyone would get these confused unless, like I said, you have low IQ. And we're going to give a shout out, of course, because I'm not reading all this. I read all this already. It's all nonsense. Talking about there's emails and stuff. We're going to go move over to LG. Shout out to LG. Go follow them on YouTube and Twitter. I'll leave links in the description. Who clearly points out the hypocrisy with the International School of Ministry and the CEO himself, basically saying, I wish you luck on your oh so holy endeavor. Oh, and while you're at it, you may want to look into suing the following as well. The ISOM Veterinary Hospital, the ISOM Collective, the ISOM Global Strategies, ISOM Scrubs, ISOM Lab, International Society of Obstetric Medicine, ISOM, Robert T. ISOM, MD, Mo ISOM Aiken, ISOM Holdings, and more that you may want to look into since you're so concerned about the ISOM name and trademark. Because this is what I've always said, time and time again. There are so many things called ISOMs. You'd have to go after every single one of these and the other hundreds that you're going to find on the internet that have the name ISOM. You even got people pointing out. Fun Googling, that wasn't it. I actually sent them that list when they first started this crap. It's funny, got a really good feeling they never filed for a trademark on comics, the thing they'll need to prove in court, and that they were granted a mark in that specific industry. Add the ISOM Street in San Antonio. Also, International School of Musicians, spelt the same way. So unless you're going to go after all those other ones, I would suggest you not go through with the lawsuit, unless you want to lose money, of course, and you're supposedly a quote-unquote non-profit, which, yeah, okay. Whatever you want to do. But shout out to LG for putting this in here nicely. And now we're going to move over to the guy who wants to be Eric July so bad that he wants to essentially mimic everything he does. From his Twitter name, putting in Young Clipper69, which, if anyone knows the YouTube channel of Eric July, is Young Ripper59. He's trying to be him. Essentially stealing his logo to make this garbage merch. For people his size, I guess, because I don't know who the heck is buying this garbage, which, by the way, the store was taken down because you clearly stole the man's logo. You think you didn't steal the man's logo, but you did. You want to talk about there's no lightning bolts right there on this hat symbol. You kind of moved this down. You made this smaller. You tried very hard to just copy this, and you think you didn't because you added 2 clippers right here. And didn't add the word publishing. That's actually something you said. Someone else's logo. You can see the clear and obvious differences. So you added 2 clippers and put CL instead of R. That's really there's not enough to be parody. So of course that's why your trash store got taken down. Which I responded with, only room temperature IQ Brainless will tell you the logos are different. The lettering and the logo are exactly the same. Adding 2 clippers does not make it different. Again, as I said before, get effed. To which he did respond saying, I changed the R for a CL, dropped the lightning bolts. Really? I still see 2 lightning bolts right here on the hat. Are you really that dumb? You're literally wearing the shirt with the 2 lightning bolts on it and you said it's not there. Fascinating. For electronic razors and didn't add publishing. Well, of course you didn't add publishing. The shirts that Eric July sells don't even have the words publishing on them. They say Ripperverse Comics. You dummy. The hat you think he owns a generic clip art of is Jay Garrick's logo. Yeah, and Jay Garrick's logo, he has the 2 lightning bolts on his helmet. Which is where these 2 things come from. You dummy. Fake comic book fans, I swear. ISOM, however, is literally ISOM, which is owned by the ministry. No, it's not. Because the ISOM in this is an acronym for International School of Ministry, whereas this ISOM is a name. which the person he got the name from, who was his great-great-great-grandfather, the name has been around longer than the ministry has been around. So, again, get effed. To which I said, the lightning bolts are still there. Changing 2 letters is not changing anything. The font style is the same. You can't own a name. I can name a character Peter, even though Peter Parker exists. ISOM is on hundreds of organizations. ISOM Knox was alive before the ministry was established. Why are you so retarded that even Google is not your best friend? What can anyone expect from a guy who can't even wash his own booty? And then they want to talk about how he has a crappy comic and that his wife is fat. And he says, I didn't even take Vito seriously about him. Then he flagged me for mocking him on Twitter for having hairy arms making a silly parody of Ripperverse. It wasn't a parody. Now it is my entire life's mission focused to clip Ripper's wing entirely. Yeah, dude, like I said, you're looking for something bad to happen. And I don't want anything bad to happen. Don't condone it. I don't care how much you kind of want it to happen to yourself. No. But then they want to talk about bad art. Mr. Buster Baxter wants to talk about how he doesn't want people to support ISOM because of quote bad art. Yeah, this is terrible art. This is bad art right here. And I point this out. I'm like, this panel is crappy just like you. Talk about bad art. This is it right here. Dude's eyes aren't even both open, looking retarded. Like half his eye is open here, and the rest of his other eye is open here, fully. The mustache not even connected. You got missing spots here and here. And dude, what's with this hairline? And this beard looks like dog shit. Just like you smell. So you can't be serious right about now. But if you want to find great artwork by someone who's not a weirdo, who doesn't look like this, you can get Blade Devil 2. Currently sitting at over 100K with over 1,000 backers and only 17 days left. Campaign will be fulfilled shortly after it ends. You can see the great artwork that actually looks fantastic and actually is done by someone who's a professional who knows what they're doing. Unlike whoever made that last garbage you saw. If you're into the anime Bob's and Booty, you're gonna get it all right here. 69 pages of story, 2 supplemental stories, 1 here and 1 here. You can get cover A, which will give you an Ashiara card. You can get cover B, which will give you a Luna card. You can get the not safe for work version, cover C, which will get you the Night Ashiara card. You can no longer get the limited summer wraparound. I got all the covers, so I can get all the cards, but you would have gotten a Barrel Shoulder card. You get a Rain card if you sign up for pre-launch and bought a physical perk. You can also get things like mouse pads, waifu pillows of your choosing for Rain, Luna, and Ashiara herself. You also get this art print and foil covers for your books free of charge for hitting a 75k sub goal and a 100k sub goal. I mean, backer goals. You could catch up on book 1, get it as an add-on, or go over to Sick Fox Studios and get your $10 book. But now we're going to move over just real quick to show this guy named Moronic Opinions, who went to the tombstone, the literal place where Eric's great-great-great-grandfather is buried, and decided to take a picture as a troll. And of course, you get the significance of the bunny, and they call it a tortoise interference, and of course, you know, the bunny for Buster Baxter. To which Eric says, everything is a joke to these people and nothing is off limits. Quote, just ignore it, or quote, you had it coming, because above all else is their hatred of me and what I've built. Absolutely. That's what it's all about. Moving over to Buster Baxter, of course, he's had a lot to say all day long in the past, couple of weeks. In, the last week, I should say last couple of months, because he's still crying about Eric July. To this day, doesn't want his business to succeed just because he doesn't like him and quote-unquote bad art. Senor Hellux says, "This is the grave of Eric July's ancestor as well as many others. A person had never met him and still inspired him. It's a very sick joke to do this to him for the approval of your peers." To which, of course, Buster Baxter responds, "If Eric's ancestors didn't want to get made fun of, they should have raised their children to handle criticism. You don't have any criticism. You have the reading comprehension of a first grader because once again, as I always say in every video, your dumbass couldn't even figure out that things you asked in your garbage criticism of ISOM 1, there were things that were answered, and you said that ISOM putting his hand on Jasmine's shoulder was SA, or assault. So, is Eric July crying? It's like, again, your whole timeline is pretty much going to be this. What a coward. Coming from the guy who wants to repeatedly say, "Oh, Eric called me the N-word 3 times." You are the biggest coward ever, because that's what really sets you off, apparently. You being called the N-word because that's exactly how you act. You act like a bitch. I'm just going to say it. You act like a bitch. There's nothing else I can say about that. You just act this way. And that's why you get called the things you get called, because you act a certain way and you move funny. I bury all my ancestors with pew-pews in case someone pulls up to their grave and puts them in a self-defense disrespect situation. It's like, dude, you're not funny. Like, you get no interaction for a guy who has over 27,000 followers. You get barely 100 likes on posts talking about other people, essentially Eric July. You going through comment sections is weird. You making this is weird. It's like you got over 100 for making fun of yourself. And then you reposted it and got less than 100. I got more than 100 likes talking about Yakuza. October is the season for cemetery mischief. If I were Eric, I'd report my penis to your mom's mouth. Again, you're not funny. Again, not even 100 likes with as many followers as you have. Again, stalking Eric July's page. Because again, if you're gonna do it, I'm sure somebody from your little camp is gonna say that I'm doing the same thing, but it's all fair since you want to do it. You make the rules. I just go according to them. But I'm not gonna do the nonsense you do, which is like go to your YouTube channel or whatever and start commenting, because I don't do that. I don't do that garbage. The tombstone is the closest thing Eric July has ever had to a father. Again, that's the only thing you've been doing. I've hired experts to take care of Eric July's ancestors. 126 likes. 27K followers, ladies and gentlemen. I love all the old cosplay people coming out to defend Eric's honor. Again, he probably gets more views on this video than you've ever had recently in your trash podcast. Lol, towhead when someone takes a picture of Tombstone stuffed animals. Because this is heel versus babyface. Again, who's more popular, more successful, more relevant than you? This is a reply guy, Psycho, terminally online. Social media clearly very unhappy, likely depressed, massive jealous of someone's success that they will never be able to emulate. Pathetic and pitiable. This is exactly what describes exactly what Buster Baxter is. It was obvious to everyone. I'm going to adopt Eric's great-great-grandfather Isom. I already filled out the paperwork. Again, what part of any of your tweets are funny? You probably have a bunch of CEOs that laugh at your terrible jokes. What was your favorite part of Isom? Gay question. Dick Masters at least far right. Well, someone took a picture of my ancestor's tombstone. Yeah, you don't just go to people's families' tombstones. That's psychotic and weird. Just because you don't like somebody's takes on comics. You're of course reposting Nick Ricada because he's the one saying that he doesn't like people tagging him and stuff, but he wants to involve himself in it. I don't think he should. I think he should tell Buster Baxter to shut the hell up. But, again, going through comment sections, saying it's all riptards, even though you have no proof that it's, this could be just some random person who saw this video and been like, people shouldn't do bad things. Eric, here it is. Eric called me the N-word because I reviewed his comic. That's a hate crime. Because you act like the ignorant person. You act mad ignorant, dude. More Marvel speeches from the comic book. If people are losers for reading comic books, why are you so obsessed with someone who's who's making a comic book? You're obsessed with people who like comic books. You're obsessed with people who want to support comic books. Again, you are literally the lowest form of YouTuber, drama farmer. Proof Eric July was aware of the ISO brand confusion last year. No, it's not. There's literally no proof of this nonsense. Literally no. And it says, but a black Christian superhero was named after the largest ministry school. A year ago, he doesn't know what the hell the ministry school is. That's what he's saying, fool. Proof that he knows of brand confusion. Because he's telling this person he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Because clearly, recently he explained that the name Isom came from a family member of his, an ancestor of his. You idiots. 3 days after this tweet, Eric did an interview where he refused to clear up confusion around the name Isom, implying that it might be an acronym. Again, there's nothing here. There's literally nothing here. It's just a screenshot of nothing. Like, and you repost it, trying to get more likes, trying to get more engagement. So weird, dude. You are a weird individual. Of course, he's gonna be with the EVS stuff, where he puts out a private DM from Eric July. Why? It's why. Why are you adding to it? You want to call out Reproverse Goalposts for fanning the flames. Yet you go ahead and do the exact same thing and try to fan the flames with this private DM from Eric. It's so strange to me. What illegal remedies do the Ripitards want Eric to engage in against me? Infringing on more trademarks? Again, hasn't infringed on a trademark, you're a dumbass. You really are an unintelligent person. You really are. Eric Gay made fun of for acting like a crime boss of comics. I guess Isom wasn't a self-insert after all, it was Darren. It was never a self-insert to begin with. You have to literally insert yourself and your personality and your, appearance to be a self-insert. There's actual self-inserts out there, and you choose to hammer in on this when it's not a self-insert at all. Rip Retard's feeling extra Rip Retardy today. It's like, dude, can you come up with something original? I'm going to give a bad faith review of The Godfather. Francis Ford Coppola is going to piss and crap himself on live stream about it all week. You've been complaining about this, man, for months. You've literally been doing it for months. Of course, Melanie Mack saying that she has Eric's back. And of course, he has to respond to that by saying, is this potato person selling a Coomer calendar too? Again, if you really wanted to know that, you would probably try to find out. But I'm pretty sure she's not. There was never a threat. I'm going to start reciprocating. Eric lies just like every mushmouth person I've ever had to deal with. You ain't dealing with nothing. You literally are crying about Eric July all the time. Talking about he's calling me the N-word. You can't even deal with the fact that you got called that word, yet somehow you've dealt with these type of people? No, you haven't. You've never dealt with a real conflict in your entire life. You're too much of a pussy for that. They think the Isom grave disrespecter is going to prison, like legit for real, no cap. And you sound very, very stupid. You're going out to Ricardo's business. I care again. People are talking about ethics complaints on Nick Ricada, which I've seen that happen. He obviously monetized the entire thing because they were trying to file ethics complaints on Nick Ricada for things he said, which didn't really turn out well. I would suggest nobody do that because obviously he's going to just monetize it, and he should. I honestly think he should. But I know it's supposed to be a joke, but again, you like to go after Eric July's business, but when other people do it to your friends, it's suddenly bad, quote unquote. Because again, it's supposed to be sarcasm. But this is who we're dealing with nowadays. People like this who just want to destroy people's businesses, who want to work towards doing that. And they've admitted on live streams that that's their whole life, essentially. Eric doesn't have to write Mathematics or Chris Chan. Subjective. So, it's your opinion. Good for you. No one cares. And of course, to end it all off, when Eric puts up a video of him talking on the Blaze, you always got to have these people who want to just troll and harass him constantly, no matter what he does, which is essentially what Eric July has said in the past plenty of times. No matter how much you ignore it or how much you don't talk about it, they're still going to keep doing it. So why not make some money and monetize these fools and weirdos? Talking about bunnies and clippers, talking about a hater getting locked out of his account, things like that. You got all this and all this and all this. It's like y'all just cannot stop. And you're probably never gonna stop. And the only thing that's gonna happen is this is gonna cause Eric July to make more money than he's really ever made. Because the more you troll, the more people are gonna support him. Meanwhile, nobody's gonna support you. Because clearly no one really does. And that's why you have to do this drama farming bullcrap. You have to do this to make content. Because this is all you've been doing for the last, 3 to 6 months now. This is all you know how to do. You even got freaking this dude who wants to jump back into YouTube after having a dead channel for so long, getting almost no views on anything. Having more subs than I do, I get more views than you. So, you even got Frog Boy. You got Frog Boy, you got Riley, you got this guy I just showed, which is this person. Again, do not interact, post, or communicate with these people. I'm just showing this stuff for context. You got this guy right here who, because he gets blocked, right? Because he gets blocked, he asks this person, this dummy right here, to write this word, this R word, to this person. And then he gets called base. That's not being base, considering you're too scared and too much of a coward to actually write the word. Meanwhile, you're not going to get banned for writing the word. Too much of a coward. And you look like this. You look like this. And you act like a coward. You act like a total coward. So, at the end of the day, these people are going to continue to troll Eric July. Eric July is going to continue to win. He's going to continue to stay focused, monetize the haters, move on, and then into his next campaign, which is Alpha Core number 1, moving on into Yaira 1. And I'm sure he's got a couple more issues of Alpha Core to do. He's already talking about Yaira 2. He's got ISOM 3, an unannounced project, and he's got Gooding with Mike Barron. And he's going to continue to win and continue to make money. And then the frivolous lawsuit is going to go through. It's going to go through to failure. It's because it's going to fail. It's going to absolutely fail because it's frivolous garbage. It's nonsense. It'll probably get thrown away almost immediately. So, again, back some Ripperverse merch. Back some Blade Devil. 1 and 2. 1 here, 2 here. And I hope everybody has a great day. Thank you all for checking out this video. Really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, and returning viewers. If you do like this video, hit the like button. Comment below what you feel about all this. Subscribe for more content. Hit the bell for notifications. Set the bell to all. That way you get notifications anytime I post a new video or live stream. And I will see you all on the next one. Peace.